The one I have at the moment is beyond saving, which unfortunately is an issue. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Don't see Corrados too often in the States. Yeah, they're not exactly common over here at all. I think the most common place you'll find one is Germany. But I know the Corrado is quite rare. I know that you guys didn't even get the 16 valves. You only really got the VR6 and the G60. And even then, like a lot of the VR6s are automatics. At least from what I know. So, you know, you're buying a 90 sports coupe, and nothing against automatics at all. But it's a 90 sports coupe. You don't want an automatic 90 sports coupe. You want a manual. You want it to be a bit fun. Saying that, though, there's a really weird Corrado. For those of you that didn't know, the final 1995 models, where they were just trying to get rid of all the Corrados, the Corrado on the auction does run. I'm going to check it out and make sure it's listed as running with full dealer service history. So there's a video. I'll link you the video in the Discord later, Red Panda, and you can see if you like it at all. It's an old school Corrado. There we go.
I wonder what he'll do next.
There we go. Right.
He'd steal your apples as soon as up you with your chores.
There we go. That's much better, that. XC90's a nice car, but yeah, not exactly what I'd call nice to work on. I don't think anyone would say they are nice to work on. Nicely engineered, not nice to work on. Oh, there we go.
I knew you were going to bring me.
But I'll link you that video of the Corrado I'm going to look at.
Wait,
Yeah, they are a lovely car. It's just sort of, I've decided that I'm going to keep the Astra because I love my Astra, and it's just too practical to get rid of, you know. It's on 163,000 miles, but it runs and drives absolutely perfect. No issues whatsoever. It genuinely is just a phenomenal car. And I just think, yeah, the Passat's a nice car. I genuinely think it is a nice car, you know. It's very unique 90s styling. Ooh, that's quite expensive. I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with American mechanical prices. So, I don't know how much the average for that would cost over here. Yeah, a lot of the issues I fixed on my Corrado that I have at the moment were electronic, but the car had been sat for 15 years. It was just a project to learn some mechanics on. Ultimately, I got it MOT'd, but it'll never be... the money it'd cost to get that thing back on the road properly would be the money I could just spend on a nice Corrado. So I've just been saving. Not that I'm even going to necessarily go for this one that I find, but yeah, it's just depends on what pops up, really. But as I was saying about the Astra, just it's economical, it's nice to drive. You know, it hasn't had the nicest life before it was in my ownership. It was bought with limp mode and a faulty EGR valve, and, you know, it's got a few dings and scrapes on it. I'm going to replace a few of the panels at some point, because the car deserves it, really. It does a good job. I actually ordered some oil to give it an oil change, because I'm going to get it. I'm just going to give it a quick service. And I ordered some 540 oil for it, fully synth. And they ended up sending me 2 540 oils. So I've got 10 litres of 540 oil for about 15 quid, which is not what I'm going to complain about, given that I need to actually give the car a service. And, yeah, just makes my life a bit nicer at the end of the day. Which I am fully in approval of. There you go. Last Beetle.
Well done.
But yeah, there's a lot of nice cars down at this auction I'm going to go take a look at. There's a nice Golf Mark III driver. I know a lot of people don't like them. Writing for the Amazon Fire TV stick, you're a brave man. I don't envy you doing that. Yeah, a lot of... yeah, where was I? A lot of nice cars down there that I would like to take a look at. But I'm only booked in to see the Corrado, but I imagine I can get away with a little walk around. Given that, you know, I'll be down there. I mean, I've got to drive halfway across the country for it, but at this stage, you know, I don't mind that. You know, in the Astra, it's going to cost about 25, maybe 30 quid of diesel there and back, which isn't too bad. Because you know, it'll be worth taking a look at, and I'm looking for a nice Corrado. And at this stage, you know, they're classic cars. You gotta go out of your way to find one. You can't just get lucky and hope the one shows up. I mean, I was lucky that one that showed up. It was just north of London in Buckinghamshire. The 2-litre 8-valve. It was genuinely a nice car.
I'll hit you next time.
There we go. Yeah, it was a really nice car. It's just, as I said, you know, wasn't to be.
Ow! Is that the best you've got?
Oh yeah, that went well.
All wrong, Whisper.
But yeah, wasn't what I'd call lucky. 64 Beetle. Never been a fan of the Volkswagen Beetle. I know why people like them. And, you know, I respect that people love the simplicity of them, and, you know, they're brilliant to learn mechanics on, but, you know, I've just, never really had the appeal of the design of them.
Come on, lad. Get your bow out.
Never really been a...
This is your final warning.
There we go, that didn't work very well.
What do you think?
But, yeah, quite, Corrado or Scirocco is what I would like, to find. I know the Scirocco's quite a bit older. It's based on a Golf Mark 1, of course. A lot of people don't realise that. You know, the Scirocco Mark 2, they think, oh, you know, it must be based on the Golf Mark 2. Well, I do car videos. The car videos are go on the main channel, man. If it's got production value, it can go on the main channel. That's the way I see it. It's my channel. One day I'll review the Astra, because... you know, there's not many nice videos on the Vauxhall Astra online, and my one is... It's not the most exciting one. It's the 2-litre diesel turbo, and it's a bit of a strange one, because the 2-litre diesel turbo sports... It's not a bad car. The engine was from the Vectra and the Omega, however you want to say it, which are much heavier cars. So, when it's being used in the Astra, it does go, and it does get excellent economy. The Astra with the Astra Bops, of course. Sometimes I concentrate on like these segments of the game. There we go. I mean, the Astra Bops is a good playlist. I was thinking about adding some Dire Straits to them, because I started listening to some Dire Straits. Somehow went from Arctic Monkeys to Dire Straits last night. Not complaining about it, because I've never really listened to them much. I just thought I'd give the Arctic Monkeys another re-listen. It's not time for the tea break yet. You've got like another hour and 4 minutes till it's tea break time. I'll allow it, but... ooh. You know, there's a reason we have dedicated tea break time. Do you know what I mean? So we can have a... I managed to actually go past.
Now choose this. Notice your experience. There is little else for me to teach you, but I will always be around to offer you guidance.
There we go.
Check the guild.
There we go. Yeah, I would like to get hold of a nice Corrado. The reason I keep on about the 8-valve is because, as I said, you know, I could go out and buy... I mean, if I replace my Astra, I'll probably be replacing it with a, Astra... This is on console. It's not on a CRT. It's actually running on, It's actually running on my LCD panel. I've just bought a new capture card, so the actual quality of the capture is really clean, hopefully, if anyone finds it really clean. I did just make a big investment for the channel with it, and I think it looks phenomenal, like the quality output I'm getting from it. I am using a controller I repaired as well, so this is not the recommended way to be playing through this game. But the controller I repaired myself does seem to be working, and it was a bit of a fun experience to learn how to repair these controllers. I need to get a good soldering iron, really.
Your bow may prove useful against the Wasp Queen. More wasps have
That was a pretty good wasp fight, actually. I know I've started splitting after the Wasp Queen, so I'll be splitting there because that's actually a time to split. But yeah. It's much easier when you got a controller that is... This is an official controller, it's a crystal controller, with the crystal Xbox I'm using. And I was meant to be picking up an actual working controller and console tonight for about 20 quid, I think I got a deal on. But the lady who was selling it, she ended up staying at work late, forgot that she was selling me the console, and now I can't pick it up, which is not great. Have I seen the System Shock remake? I haven't, but I've never played the original games. Where was I with the thing I was saying about the cars? Yeah, if I replace my Astra Mark IV, or sell it to my brother because he wants to buy it off me, I'd be replacing it with a 1.9 CDTI Mark V, because I quite like them, and they're quite good on fuel, and I know the engines, the Vauxhall mechanics is all very similar, so, you know, I wouldn't necessarily be all too fussed about...
Over here.
There we go. Haven't had time for a sip of tea yet. That's how you know we're taking it seriously.
Check the guild for more quests.
Check the guild for more quests. Right, sell weapons. Buy weapons. Ranged weapon. Oak crossbow.
Isaiah's having problems at work.
We'll go back to the Heroes Guild.
We're going on up there.
I wonder if I should buy some will potions here. I'm going to buy some will potions here because I think ultimately I'll end up saving time. I think ultimately I'll end up saving time buying will potions here because
May I help you?
buy items, potions, resurrection files, buy 8. Okay. There we go. But yeah, I'll be replacing the Astra with the Mark V probably. Either that or if I found a nicer condition Mark IV, but they're getting harder and harder to find nice ones. I'll probably end up keeping my car till it dies though. Much as I say I'll probably replace it, I doubt I will. But yeah, ultimately, I do like... I do quite like my current car. It's just a Corrado would make for a nice sporty car. And I would make a video on the channel, of course, like, you know, like, because I do want to expand. Not that I know plenty about cars, but it'd be enjoyable to cover it.
Hero, your will energy is low. What's that?
Have you noticed how I can actually control where I'm going this time, whereas with the other controller I had no idea what I was doing? This has made my life 10 times easier. Old school hip-hop and the Beatles. Nothing wrong with that. Throw a bit of Oasis in there. I mean, you have access to the Astro Bops playlist, because I like your Passat B3 so much. You have access to the playlist. I am allowing it. Because I do love the Passat B3. You can roll in the right direction now. I know! Isn't this amazing? A controller I bodged myself last night about... Actually, I was probably doing this about 1 o'clock this morning. Is actually better than the horrible Game Expert Game Spurt controller. But I might also challenge myself and buy a load more crappy controllers, repair them up, and then we will use them for speedruns. Just because it'll be funny. Do you know what I mean? I like to think that all of us are learning some of the strats that I'm doing here. Like, the more and more I do this, because I seem to be doing it every day at the moment. That did not go well. Not a great orchard farm there. But still, a bit better than it did go last time. Ah, right. What did you do? Like, how did you mess it up? That was nice. That was it. Oh, nice.
Let's go.
You don't want to let the guards kill your, kill the bandits, because then you lose all the experience from them.
Watch out! Bandit reinforcements are on the way.
First time I've had that happen, though.
Death to evil. Lead the way.
You are clearly becoming adept with combat multipliers.
That was alright. That was alright. Yeah, I've managed to, I've got some really bad ones. I also might do a,
Try to hit me with a flourish.
Fable speedrun with a,
I'm still
steering wheel. That could be fun. There we go.
damn.
Damn, I beat her.
You have reached unsung status.
Now we go to,
For more quests.
oh,
There is an important
Orchard Farm. I left that a bit, late doing that. Change, some lights and switches. Yeah. Ah, right. I mean, props to your brother for helping you out on that. I've sort of been left aimlessly to learn a lot of the things I know about cars. My brother just asked me to fix things. He doesn't pay any attention to me. He did do his own spark plugs the other day. After I ordered him the right ones. There we go. Actually left the split a little bit there, but that's fine. That's alright.
Some bandits have set up a toll in this region. Be careful.
I hope you got the gold they want. These bandits will kill us for fun.
Rip the swine's arms off.
Hero, your
There we go.
energy is low. What's that?
I don't talk about it much because it's not my place to talk about it on the channel, Red Panda, so, yeah. Just one of those things. I just occasionally mention things on stream sometimes. Just because I do. Stuff like that. Oh, I'm glad you've learnt some things about PCs because of my videos. Right, Hobbs. Right, let me go back to Heroes Guild. Now, I missed out on some experience because of that bandit. I finally get my first sip of tea. That's a nice cup of tea. I'm gonna have to make another one that nice when we get to you know, the segment that we all know and love. Trade escort, take quest. Right, will, surround spells. No, I want physical spells, berserk. I'm going to buy surround spells, summon. I'm going to buy magic powers 1 and 2. And then I'm also going to buy skill.
Speed makes you quicker in both ranged and melee combat. Physique allows you to do more damage. Health increases. Hero, your will energy is low.
There we go. Let's go and get. Am I crazy? You prefer tea without milk? I mean, each to their own. But however, you are now banned from this stream because that's not how you should be having your tea. I'll allow it though.
Dark woods
There we go. Oh, that's going all right, isn't it? Maybe we'll get a nice nice Aeons clip. Who knows? Maybe someone's looking out for us tonight. Maybe. We'll see. Right, I mean, we've got a controller where we can actually control things now. Which is what a controller's meant to do. A lot of people like to start off having tea with sugar in it. I'll be honest, I used to have 2 sugars in my tea, but I've gone off it a lot now. I don't like it at all. Come on. Oh well, first time not the charm. It's alright. Yeah, I'm not a fan of sugar in tea, honestly. It's too far forward. Sometimes I'm not very good at lining up at all. Maybe that'll do. Nice. That was nice. That was nice. We're happy with that. Come on. Nice.
Hero, your will energy is low. What?
That was nice. I'll be honest, I've had some nice teas. I quite like honey tea. That's quite nice. I don't think that gets enough love. It's good tea. Not enough love for the honey tea community. Not enough love at all. There we go. I do like a good cup of tea, though. I think a good cup of tea helps with a speedrun. For example, a sip of tea before you do this pet segment.
Right behind you!
There we go.
In Darkwood, you will find the Chapel of Scorn. Please the deities there, and they will let evil into your soul.
I just have to hope someone else will help. Lead on.
There we go. I mean, that went alright. Things are going decent so far. It's nice to have a working controller. Fixed by myself. I will show photos at the end of the stream, because I'm pretty proud of the job I've done. I've just shortened the cable down so that it works properly now. He says as he can't get through any part of the game because he can't play the game at all. There we go. It's going decently. I'm getting better at the rolling and stuff. I think playing with such an awful controller yesterday has actually made life a bit easier for me, because I actually know what to push.
Hero, your will energy is
And like, just the frustration of it all. By putting yourself in the worst possible way of playing the game, you get better at playing. Darkwood Camp. Here we go. A sip of tea is nice. Did I have to solder anything? The way I've done it is a bit... you shouldn't repeat what I've done. So I did it without solder. I have just fixed the brake without soldering and gone from there. Which is not recommended. However, it does work. My other controller I managed to fix, but there's actually a hairline crack on the PCB. And it's causing the X button not to work. And I went to try and play Fable with it last night. And I was like, yeah, nah, that's not working at all. But you can solder them, yeah. Soldering them is a good idea, honestly. Hero,
your will energy is low. What's that?
There we go. I'll take an extra 1000 XP. We'll need it later. Yeah, that is the proper way to do it. I would never say to follow the way I've done it, but I didn't have the proper equipment. I need a new soldering iron. But the way I've done it, it's not gonna break because it's all properly down. You added too much milk. How'd you add too much milk?
I can't believe we made it.
There we go.
Maze seeks an audience with you again. You will find him in Oakvale Tavern. It seemed rather early.
There we go. Yeah, you don't need much milk at all. I quite like oat milk in tea. I don't think that gets enough love. That's really nice. Oat milk in tea. Really creamy. Like, oh. Accidentally left that split on there too long. Sorry.
You've received a new quest card.
Alright. Buy items, potions. There we go. But oat milk's really nice. It just tastes like milk with then you've added too much milk. It should be like a nice like a house brick colour. That's the colour it should be. How are you guys finding the quality of the capture and the stream and all that? Is it looking better than usual? Please do let me know. Because I'm really happy with this new capture card. It is way better. I'm glad. I think it looks really nice. I think it was expensive, but worth the money. Yeah, the skips will be my internet, not the capture card. So apologies on that. Nice. So yeah. I'm looking forward to being able to do... I can do lossless analog. We did test some composite earlier. And one, NTSC composite. Oh boy, does that look awful. Two, PAL composite. Rough, but like losslessly captured. It's more than okay to use. You know, like you could do a run with it. I might do a few capture quality tests over on my second channel, just to recommend it. I don't think I could recommend this card to anyone that could just buy an Elgato or a Ava Media card, but this really fits my niche of needing lossless capture quality for analog consoles, as well as being a bit of a pain to set up, actually. I will say it was a bit of a pain. So, there are good and bad sides to this card. Good side is it's absolutely insane capture quality. Not going to do the thing I usually end up doing, where I end up breaking stuff by not doing stuff properly. I've run out of tea, so I'm looking forward to my tea break more. I bring over my water. Your tea needs to be like white coffee. Like, no. I'll take a picture of my tea for you later, and I'll show you what colour tea should be. I'm sorry you didn't know.
No use just standing there. Talk to me if you want to get in.
There we go. That was nice.
Will energy is low. What's that?
Do you know, I've actually had a really nice cup of tea. McDonald's. Genuinely. They had some fresh milk, because I asked them if I could have fresh milk. And I got a hold of... No, come on, pick up the... I got a hold of... It was like, I was in the middle of nowhere, and I really wanted a cup of tea. Okay. But yeah, it was a good cup of tea.
If you don't have a pass,
There we go. But yeah, McDonald's does do tea over here in England. I know so many people are confused by it. They do PG Tips tea, and if you ask them for for fresh milk, you usually get fresh milk. And I was probably on the M25 at a service station, and it was just a genuinely fantastic cup of tea. Let's see. Nice.
I say,
That was a nice, few nice clips there, actually. I'm quite happy with that. Aeon's clip was abysmal. I have no idea how I did so well the first time I started streaming this again. But those clips actually went pretty well.
Stand back, lads. Twin Blade wants a word with this little hero.
Oh, nice. I mispushed a button there. You might be wondering why I do that. You take a, you get a massive damage boost from taking that massive hit. I'm just an idiot and usually keep forgetting about the damage side of,
Your health is low. You have any potions?
There we go. That went well. I'm quite happy with that. That was, decent, decent bandit camp right there.
You have reached.
Right, now we need to go back to the guild. Missed that seal buffer thing. I think you can do that there. There we go. It was an impressive victory, actually. In fact, I'll go with him on that one. I'd say the clips are more consistent now. Yeah, definitely more predictable. So I seem to know what I'm doing a little bit better. Did I look over there? I know what I needed. I needed attack spells. I needed multi-strike. Get a couple of multi-strikes. Get physique in there. Couple of physiques, maybe 1 health, and then I can't afford any more magic power. Well,
You've received a new quest.
no, I haven't. Don't lie to me. It tastes good. I mean, I'm glad you like it, but that's what we call a milky tea, which is
Hero, your will
not exactly frowned upon, but not exactly the best type of tea you could ever get. Right, we want to go to Witchwood Colorscape. There we go.
You've received a new quest
How lovely.
card.
Now we get to clip into the archaeologist. Not inside the archaeologist, of course, just where he's living. But all in all, should be alright.
Rumor has it that somewhere in Witchwood there is a sword that only a true hero can acquire.
No! Oh, you don't put milk in first. Whoever told you that's wrong, don't listen to them.
To give spirit
They're not English.
be warned,
No one in Britain puts the milk in first.
be fickle.
Ugh, you've actively offended me. I will say this capture card is a huge step up from the original Elgato I was using. It is genuinely fantastic. And he does it. How does he do it? How does he do it, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. I probably from playing this every day, even with a crap controller. It's the latest version of the Colossus 2 by you might have heard of Hapag. They do professional equipment mostly, so like studio level stuff. They've had a new revision of the Colossus 2, which does like pretty sure it's got 4K stuff on it, as the old one never did that. I got a really good deal on it for £100, about £100, maybe a little bit for postage on top, which is a good deal on what the card is. Because Amazon had a pricing error, and I was looking at them on on eBay, and they were selling for minimum 185. You know, like they were not cheap. And then I went on Amazon just to check out some reviews, and I noticed Amazon had relisted one last one in stock, before they go out of stock. And yeah, it arrives and cost me about £100. and it's really nice. Like, it's a proper premium card. The drivers, I had to try and find the latest ones from, you know, the website, because I think it came with an installation CD and all that crap, but you don't use it. You just use a proper set. So I downloaded all the latest stuff, and yeah, it's working really nicely.
This is the village of Knothole. Alvarines, so its gates are barred for the moment.
Come back to the guild. Take a quest to help out. Yeah, we'll do that now, Guildmaster. It's gonna be proper good time. There we go. Why do I always have trouble getting into the Cullis Gate? That should not be an issue I have. Honestly, forgot how it looked, but now, yeah, it looks really nice. My streams are probably not the best example to see how it looks. If I did our lossless capture, you'd probably be amazed at how good it looked. Genuinely, it looks phenomenal.
Hero, your will energy is low. What of that?
No, stop laughing. Ah, this is what happens when I don't have my controls set up properly. Usually I mess about with the spells by now, but I'm trying not to so I can learn how they work. That went pretty decent there. That was
Hero, your will energy is low.
pretty happy with that. Where is he? There we go. Because I didn't realise how good lightning was till someone said it in chat the other day. I was like, I always unequip lightning. Because I never use it. So, yeah. Just one of those fun things. I think, I'm not... Arena I haven't practiced, so I'm not going to be doing the whole thing with, half a tablespoon of milk brick colour. I can approve of brick colour. Yeah, I'll learn all the strats one day. Then I'll become pro, and then I'll not clean off the top of the leaderboard and be like, "Wow, how does he do it?" And I'll be like, "Well, it's because I use the game expert controller." And then, you know, I'll sell it to him, and little will he know he's being sabotaged because it's not because of the GameSpurt controller, it's because I practiced.
Hero, your will energy is low. What's that?
I can actually reach the D-pad, and I've cleaned this controller inside and out, so it actually feels like it works like a controller. Oh, that was accidental. However, I should just be able to get behind him and wail away on him now. There we go. That works. That's working well. There we go. Bit of extra experience from doing that. There we go. Nearly went down one too many, but it's okay. The time I probably wasted messing around with those Balverines, I probably saved with lightning. So that should be okay.
So,
There we go. Now let's go back.
You have reached familiar
Let us go to the Heroes Guild. Let us get the quest. Let us level up. Let us do all the things. Let me sort out my bloody spells before I end up cocking this up a load, is all I'm going to say. Because I will do that if I don't. I always use full cream milk if I can. It just tastes better. Magic, physical spells, attack spells, multi-strike, assign. Get rid of it from there. Alright, will, surround spells, force push, and then I also want to level up. Physical spells, berserk, that'd be nice to have. Attack spells, can't get any of those. Strength, can't get any of those. Accuracy will be useful.
allows you to cause more damage.
So that's all okay. There we go. Yeah, full cream milk's always my go. Oh, I keep missing out on the splits. I'm so sorry. I am really bad at my splits. It's just one of those things. I'm not very good at them. I just keep looking over at them. I'm like, I meant to push space there. I meant to smash it down. I might move my keyboard into a more obvious space. I might just get a button. Smash it. Do you know what I mean? Just be quicker.
Hero, your will energy is low. What's that?
Here we go. This is where my run falls apart, because I've been practicing the strats up to about this point, and I need to make a save for the arena and practice arena, but I also need to practice with the heal life. And I say practice, I usually just try out a few things, and then I end up just streaming it, and then I hope it works. Just you know, hoping that things are going okay. Oh. There we go. Possible personal best. Currently, more than possible personal best, actually. I just have to not cock up arena and not cock up the rest of the run. Which should be okay, because we were 19 seconds off a new personal best last time with that abomination of a controller. And, you know, we've saved a minute on Aeon's clip alone. We did it in 27 seconds the first time. 27 seconds. Do you know what I mean? Did I get force push this time? I did. I did get force push. I had force push last time, actually.
I think we can do a special offer for you, sir. You killed the legendary Valkyrie. The arena is the place for you.
Let's just move poor Al down here this time. Ah, ooh. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Poor Al. I'd try and get him out of there, but I don't think I can. He's vibing. He's having a good time. There we go. I don't know if I'll be moving a place on the leaderboard. Maybe, we can hope. Let's just not cock up the Let's just not cock it up. Oh, you getting 92 BBS alloys? Because those are the alloys I actually have. They look phenomenal. I am going to be putting on the Corrado if I get the one from the auction. Hey, apologies for the audio. I can send you a photo of what's on my Corrado at the moment, if you're interested. Hobbs, do not like these guys. Did not mean to do that. What's happening here? We're winning. We are becoming the best Fable speedrunners there ever was. We are on Arena at the moment, which makes us just the best. I mean, it's going better than we have done in previous runs, actually. Which is not very hard to do, because some of my runs have been absolutely abysmal. Ah! Didn't hit him once. There we go. I will be replying to chat as much as I can. I just really have to concentrate on this part because I'm not very good at it. Ah, and that's exactly why. Budget Build is actually the #1 runner. Yeah, Gravekeeper any %. That's the only one. I'll send you a photo of the Corrado. I'll show you what I've done to it. I've got pictures of when I first started. There we go. I apologise for the spamming audio, but it's just part of the run. So... Poor Balverine's having to be attacked by Whisper. Here we go. Ah. There we go. There we go. We should just be able to knock this guy into oblivion against a wall. This is always the most boring part for everyone watching because I'm not very good at it, and because I'm concentrating so much, I don't talk.
Come on.
Just trying to see where I'm hitting them. No, stop laughing. He's put his weapon away. That was my fault. I have to admit that was my fault. End up getting confused by what buttons I was pushing in an attempt to win. See, if you donate, you too could stop a white Balverine being killed by Whisper.
I hate these things.
Ah. Come on. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I was looking at there's a category for no upgrades, I think, which looks pretty interesting. There we go. We'll just poor Summon.
I've almost
She's almost killed one of them. You heard her there. She's doing a great job. Almost killed one.
That's it.
That was a nice round. No upgrades in skills or spells. I don't know. I haven't read much about the category, honestly. I wish I knew more. Because if I knew more, I would tell you. I know there's a blindfolded childhood segment.
3, 2, 1, go!
There we go. At least we can run up to them with this. Thank you, Whisper, for taking my kill. Yeah, it's always good when you're about to get one. There we go. I think it was worth 2,000 gold. Looked pretty decent. Not complaining about it. Not complaining about it. Now we get the joy of bandits. Look at our little bandit fella. He's just trying. It's not the same without the bandits shouting, "Get your sharps out," every given instance. See, these guys can actually deal some real damage. I just can understand why, I mean, I know the reason the shield is most useful is mostly for building, oh, there he is. Is mostly for the experience you can get from it.
It seems you've mastered using the combat book.
There we go. Yeah, cheers, Bogman. I appreciate it. Appreciate the encouragement. We're doing actually alright here. Poor fellas. They're really taking a bit of a beating today. Just got to try and get as much will experience as possible, I suppose. Oh, where's Whisper gone so I can skip this? I've lost it. I mean, the experience I got out of that would probably have been worth it.
Intrepid heroes have made light work. 3, 2, 1, go!
That was nice rock troll round, actually. Not arguing with that. That was actually a nice round. All right, let's hope it goes well after this part.
3, 2, 1, go!
Did not want to do that. Any part of the shield that is affected by frame rate? I don't believe so. I think I don't think any part is affected by frame rate, but the frame rate should be much smoother now that I am streaming over on there we go. Sorry about that. Alright, next round. Araganox. There we got the red rose. How enjoyable. Araganox, who is A, warm, B, so cold. There we go, we got the animation skip, that was nice. Come on. Oh. Ah, close, close, close. That was not too bad. Beats last time we did it. That did not go well. Didn't let me hit him there for a second. There we go. Apologies for that. And of course, Whisper stole all our XP. There we go. That was alright. The Come On Chicken Chaser. Come On Chicken Chaser is not as good of a line as Oh, we have to let her throw one of her. How do I beat Whisper? Oh, come on. Throw one of your things, then. Does she have to hit us with it? There you go. You've hit us with it, okay? Come on. This is one of the most annoying bugs I've ever seen. Where you can't hit her, she just jumps up in the air. All the time. I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Oh, well. Not too terrible. How do I beat Whisper? I've been stuck on her for a year. If the Reddit meme keeps happening to me. I keep finishing at just the right time for that to happen. Oh, well. Let's go rescue the archaeologist. Again. Oh, last time we found the archaeologist. This time we have to win. We have to go to Barrowfields, don't we? Okay, Barrowfields. There we go. How do I beat Whisper? I've been stuck on her for a year. You know, no one can answer it. No one can answer it. It's just, I've been stuck for over a year. I speedrun the game, the longest speedrun. It's beautiful. There we go. I mean, this controller's pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with the job I've done on it. It hasn't disconnected once. I don't think it can, because of the way I've done the cables. Like the one that's broken. Was she just cowering because we had the berserk when we entered the cutscene? Never seen that before.
Check the guild for more quests.
Right, Heroes Guild. I know yeah, Heroes Guild. Gotta go get our level ups. Then we gotta go get the quest for rescue the archaeologist, and then we will go from there. And we're nearly approaching time for a bit of tea and toilet break, which is a very important part of the speedrun. In fact, some would say it is my favourite part of the speedrun. Those people are correct. Right, we want to get... we want magic power. Let's get a bit more magic power, because I always feel like I neglect getting magic power. Because it is useful. We want berserk. Well, probably not that high berserk. We also want to get... multi-strike, probably multi-strike 4, because that's useful. Surround spell, probably not going to need any of those. We will, however, want multi-arrow. We're going to need level up multi-arrow is going to be big important for me. Mastered multi-arrow, and then we're also going to want to put our points into accuracy. And then, yeah, we'll get some strength. And that should be a nice chunk of experience for us. Right, let us go to Bowerstone South and let us get some potions, bow, and then we'll do the old mission, the old thing that we need to be doing. We will do that. Oh, so we've managed to get a few glitches. We've had a few things go right. We've had a few things go wrong. You know, sums up my Fable experience. Here we go.
Oh, hello there.
I'm hoping I haven't filled up my hard drive with lossless captures that I've been making. From there, well, before I started the stream, I thought I'd accidentally started it as a lossless capture. I was like, I don't have the hard drive space for an hour-long lossless capture of a stream. It's not going to end well for me. Okay, I want to buy items, other. I want to buy your fishing rod. I also want to buy your potions, all of them. I also want to buy your weapons, ranged weapons, master longbow. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that you think I'm a really good entertainer. You know, I will keep rambling, keep talking, and keep doing whatever it is I'm doing. I'm mostly just trying to fill up time till I get my toilet break soon. We're about to meet one of the best characters in the game soon, and shortly after that comes the toilet break and time for a cup of tea, which is exactly what we're going to be doing. You know, so we'll be doing that. Eventually, I am going to be making a video on this game, because I just think the game is phenomenal. And I will eventually cover, like, it's just a bit of a mini documentary about the game. I think the game deserves that. You love the rambling. I'm glad you enjoy the rambling. I'm going to be doing... So I'm looking forward to getting hold of this new Xbox. I want to learn to T-SOP, which is, for those of you who aren't technically inclined on the chat, is actually, you know, like how you can flash a BIOS on your PC to the latest version? Well, imagine doing that with an Xbox. That's what a T-SOP is. So you essentially just, there we go. So you essentially put a blob of solder across 2 points, which would have been jumpers on the motherboard for the Xbox, which would, of course, have been removed in the factory, and then you can flash your own BIOS, which is what I would like to do with this Xbox if I could pick it up, which would be nice. That line gets me every time. Such great voice acting. And I'd like to do that with the Xbox I'm hopefully picking up tomorrow, along with a working official controller, which would be nice. And then my goal is to T-SOP it, and 8Meg's never got back to me if his Xbox works. Preload it with a load of games on the hard drive. I'm going to upgrade the hard drive, and then send it to 8Megs if I can, because I know he enjoys playing a lot of older console things. So I would be interested very much in, you know, uploading it with, like, Knights of the Old Republic, Fable, The Lost Chapters, you know, so many great games from my childhood that he has never played, and he won't ever play because they're not on Linux. So, you know, more Meg moments there. You know, if it's not on Linux, he won't play it. There we go.
You saved me.
Not exactly great time there, but not exactly the worst time either. Admittedly, I lost a lot of time deciding what upgrades I wanted, so not complaining about that. Well, but he does have the Meg engine, but he only plays games developed on the Meg engine, which are the games he's made. It's a shame. So I will be hopefully doing that soon. Right, we will. Whoop. That's the noise you have to make whenever you go into a. Can you explain the whole Meg engine meme to me? Right. So 8Megs, good friend of mine and a moderator on my Discord. He's developing his own game, and like to learn how to, instead of using a predefined engine to learn to program, he has actually developed his own engine with game around it. And he makes little update videos. Occasionally, though, he doesn't have any. He has really bad internet, so he has just a bog standard video. It's like, no, there's no commentary, there's no music, there's no editing. It is literally just the new features implemented into his game and his engine. Because of this, I sometimes commentate over them, and occasionally when he posts his updates in my Discord, I make Meg memes about it. So, like, I'll have things like, you know, Unity, nah, you know, and then I'll have, like, Meg Engine, yeah. It's literally just a 2D engine that he's made. It's really cool, like, he's actually made it all himself. It's just that we keep making it out to be the best engine in existence. when really it's just... Well, no, it is the best engine because I couldn't code that at all. You know, my coding skills are abysmal. Best character in the game time. Everyone get hyped. Gravekeeper any percent. There we go. Only requirement of the run is you have to see the Gravekeeper, and then you have to, you know, talk to our boy. Hello, guild business is it, eh? Every time. Gets me in the feels every time. Come on. Womp. There we go. We messed up the fishing last time, I'm pretty sure. Here. It's the best engine. I know, it only uses OpenGL, because who else would need anything that isn't OpenGL? They haven't been touched in years, he says. I think the Gravekeeper might be lying. Top 10 times the Gravekeeper lied in Fable. That's in my top 10 moments. Come on. There we go. Fishing. Let's hope we don't have the line snap this time. That'd be nice. It snapped last time. But I was using an abysmal controller like this one. Look, I can push the A button. And it only registers one A push. Unlike the game spurt. This is not good RNG on the fish. Where were you when the Gravekeeper never lied? Oh, I am... Fish RNG in this game. Fish RNG. Can we do Gravekeeper %? Well, what would Gravekeeper % entail is the thing. We can plan it out now. I mean, do you have to get to the Gravekeeper? Because there's like there's a glitch you could probably do to get through to here in the early game, and then you could just skip half the game to get to the Gravekeeper. We could define the route ourselves. The run killer right there. Fish RNG. I know. There we go. There we go. There we go. We got the immediate going through. Gravekeeper stays with us to the end. We are so good at keeping the Gravekeeper alive. It's like the one thing my stream has going for it. We keep the most pointless character alive for no reason. Because he's just the best character in the game. It's what Peter Molyneux said. He said, really makes you feel like the Gravekeeper. That's a Peter Molyneux fact I'm not going to charge for. See, some people actually charge on their streams for Peter Molyneux facts. Nah, me, I will happily tell you that Peter Molyneux loved the Gravekeeper. Because he did. It's one of his favourite things. There we go. That was alright. Oh. Sip of tea. Well, I say a sip of tea, that was a sip of water. Glitchless %. Glitchless Gravekeeper run. Can do it. Is the Gravekeeper still following? I love that. Look, he's just coming running along. There he is. He's chilling. He's just clapping, you know. He is in perilous danger. Yeah. Microsoft just didn't want to fund it. They were like, this could completely destroy the sequel. Like, why would anyone buy Fable 2 if they could buy Gravekeeper any % speedrun DLC? Way! It's just the way! Do you know what I mean? It's just fantastic. Way! Right, we're approaching tea break time. Everyone get ready to make a cup of tea. I am really craving a cup of tea right now. I think this is a good run, which is why I'm craving a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? Like, occasionally just have those runs where it's like, I could really go for a cup of tea right now.
Check the guild for more quests.
Sometimes I hit the wrong button and accidentally do the, I would love to see a Fable game set around this era. It'd be really nice. I think this is the most creative era in Fable. You know, I love Fable 2, but that's more of a slow playthrough game. Something about Fable 1 just really resonates with me. Maybe it was the fact that it was a childhood game for me. I remember getting this game just after it came out. And yeah, just... I didn't even play the game, really. I just did, like, the fishing tournaments, tried to make money off houses and things like that. I did play through the game. Yeah, it was genuinely a phenomenal game, though. Like, genuinely it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was fantastic. I will say that every time. Good looking game too, like the world and stuff. Yeah, I never appreciated it growing up, but like compared to a lot of games that are out, like this game looks phenomenal. Still does. You have to go over to this door to trigger the battle, which is always just one of those weird things in this game. Nice. Never usually get hit by that. Never had an Xbox. Honestly, my favourite console. Just great generation of games, and the best way to play them was the Xbox. You know, a lot of games did have PC ports at some point. It's that bloody hero. This bloody hero can actually move the controller. Yeah, I think it's because they knew it's got a very distinctive art style. That's why I think the Anniversary version of the game is just a fail. Because Anniversary just looks bland, generic, and horrible. Yeah, it's got a few nice graphical effects, and particle effects are nicer, and lighting's a bit better. But this game's just got a lot of charm to it. And I just think you can't have Fable without that iconic art style. It's just not the same game. Oblivion suffers with bloom as an issue. It's a fantastic game, though. Like, I bought it not too long ago and just played it virtually through on an Xbox, and it was just genuinely really good. Alright, cup of tea time. I hope everyone's ready. I'm going to put up the Be Right Back screen, and then it is time to have a cup of tea and a toilet break. Right, back in a bit, lads.
Time to move out. It's race time. And you'd better put on a good show.
I'm back.
Some of us have bet a lot of money on you.
It's just, you can't do anything on this part, so everyone uses a tea and toilet break. Is one of the best parts.
That sounds fun. Yes, sounds fun.
All good speedruns need this type of momentum in them. Do you know what I mean? Is enjoyable. Right. He wants to see a dirty race. My mic is actually working after this part because I remember to turn it back on. I've also got an itch on my ear, and I'm not going to be able to itch it until we get to like a load screen. So I'm like in a lot of agony right here. I put my headphones on, and I've got an itch. Oh, this is not nice. This is actually encouraging me to play better than I usually do. Because now I really want to get to a load screen and have an itch. Here we go. Oh, would it be a run by me if we didn't have some poor backwards rolling? Yeah, I'm really good at making tea in these little gaps I have now. It's one of my actual advantages I have. Because I've actually got better at it. Because I am so used to having the time thing. Might as well do tea any percent at some point. Show you how quick I can make a cup of tea. We got a new kettle, which makes a huge difference. I should really get a flask or something. There we go. We have a winner. Winner just happened.
Welcome to my... the cautionary song of the jailbird. Behold, the ball, the spirited sparrow, as it doth fly above our
There we go.
jail. As it doth fly above our jail.
There we go. Those taps just give boiled water. I know a few people that have those. They are good. Right, we've got to do the race again. There we go.
Well, 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 here we are again, eh? Stay in there, and I'll get to you.
That's the problem. If they skip this part,
There's a few less of you this year.
they find a way to skip this part, I will never get my tea break, and I say it every time.
Oh, you survived. Another year, another
Sorry.
race. But we gotta get into the warden's office.
Sorry.
We gotta get that key.
Yes. I'm agreeing with you, mate. Giggle. Ha ha ha. Wonder who the voice actor for him was. About 60.
Look lively, scum. Time to move out. It's race.
You gotta build up speed and travel to another dimension.
Some of us have
That's how you gotta do this.
you. Win, and we like you. Lose, and you get around in the torture chamber. That sounds fun. Yet, sounds fun. Let me hear it.
Here we go. Here we go. We will we'll get going. Alright. This game has a lot of like British charm to it, I think. Very few games actually manage to capture it. Oddly enough, the closest game to having British charm is GTA, because it's developed in Scotland, and so many of the jokes fly over people's heads because they are very English jokes, a few of them. That's not gatekeeping or anything. I'm sure that people have understood a few of them anyway, but there's a few little ones that I've noticed that Americans don't find funny, but everyone in England does. Like, that was terrible. You don't really get much turning momentum, do you? There we go. But GTA has a lot of humour in it like that. I'm looking forward to GTA 6. I'll see what they do with it. That'll be interesting. You again. Come on.
Grey is the prettiest color. Oh, grey is the prettiest color. For it's in her name, her eyes, and her soul. She
There we
makes
go.
me feel
Oh, voice
10
acting is also
feet
phenomenal.
taller. She makes me feel 10 feet taller.
We'll say the voice acting is phenomenal. We have the key. New game to benchmark. What is the game? What do be game? I usually do benchmark this game because it runs really nicely. I think you get evil points if you just leave here without freeing anyone. Can't remember. One of those things I'm not really paying attention to. No, you don't. Wish thought you would have. I suppose they're still criminals. Not that this is really the most healthy environment for criminals, I don't think. The shrill bell. Everyone's least favourite noise in Fable. And now, from here, we can just go through the door. GTA 6 when they decide to make it. You know it's in development. The same way that, whatchamacallit was, Max Payne 3 and Red Dead Redemption 1 were tech demos for GTA 5. Max Payne 3 and Red Dead Redemption both being fantastic games themselves. I'd say that's reason enough to suspect that, you know, we should probably expect maybe one, maybe not. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an extra title before we see GTA 6. Just given Rockstar's situation, you know what they've done before.
Oh no, you don't!
Womp. There we go. I do think Rockstar games have a charm of actually being, they're always finished, if you know what I mean. And I think that's one thing I just really appreciate. Like, I was able to go out and buy Red Dead Redemption 2, put it in an Xbox, and play it the day it came out. No day one patches, none of that nonsense. No, the game just worked, which is what I like in a game. A game that works. It went alright. Ah. I had tea to my mouth. Didn't do anything. I was just too busy sipping tea. Not a recommended thing to do in a speedrun. Just sip tea. This bit of the game might seem a little bit dark, but I apologise. It doesn't look as dark as it used to, because it seems like this capture card is retaining a lot of the detail in the darkness that previously I didn't see. At least not on stream. Yeah, I just think there's a general laziness to development. Not from the developers themselves, but from the publishers. I know that, you know, at the end of the day, publishers have the yay or nay on what you do with your game when the release date is, and all that. Come on. Why? Come on, game. Be nice to me. Can't even target right now. She thinks the barriers are connected to this thing. I don't know if she's right or not. This part of the game never really goes well for me. Ah! Couldn't even aim. Because the... Come on, game. Just be nice to me for once. There we go. That didn't go too badly. About the same as last time, really, I think. Prison escape. It's ticking down, but I think it probably went about as well as last time.
Your guild seal has been reactivated. Check the guild for more quests. You've received a new quest card.
ice gate in the middle of Darkwood. The gate will only open when its hunger for undead souls is sated.
Sorry, for some reason I've noticed that switching from live split over to OBS for when I do that has this annoying habit of muting my mic, but I have no idea why. It's just a OBS quirk. Like, as much as I love OBS, it is still really buggy. Like, it never does everything I need it to properly. It's always just a bit funny about things. Sorry about that. If you let me know next time. I know I probably went muted after I finished the prison segment, and all I said was Barrowfields and all that stuff. You know, nothing... You didn't miss me saying much. So I do apologise for that. That was my fault. Yeah. Clean's finished the speedrun. You know, if he's the moderator that moderates this, if I submit it, you better watch yourself, Red Panda.
Are you on your way? Something isn't right here. What?
Buy items, potions, resurrection. Just gonna buy a few more. Let's all let's all do a bit of a bombardment. Ah! I thought I rolled into the book and pushed A, but I didn't. Not that that makes much sense anyway. You'll kind of know what I mean.
I have a quest card from your mother. Quickly, come to the map room and speak to me. Vice General, you must.
There we go. This is going pretty well, lads. Let's see. Hook Coast. Hook Coast. To be fair, though, I'd like to see more people speedrun this game, honestly. The original Fable, as opposed to the Lost Chapters. I will learn the Lost Chapters run at some point, and I'll run it on console. Just because, you know, I can run it on console, so it'd be funny. Alright, let's hope we get a good fight with this part. Maybe we will. Is that actually going to stop? That always annoys me. I'm always worried that's going to happen, and it just happened for the first time.
I was a fool. You think I spared you?
Ah! Didn't go too bad there. Fable is a scary game. Ah! That didn't go well. Didn't go well at all. My maze fight is ridiculously bad. Come on. Oh. There. Hello. Welcome. Sorry, I was really concentrating there.
You have reached famous status.
I was really concentrating on that. Maze did not want to be defeated there. Sometimes, you know, he doesn't want to be defeated.
See you at the guild.
That is the worst maze fight we could have ever had. That was so bad. But yeah, welcome, Owen, to the stream. That was the worst maze fight ever. Oh, he didn't... Every single teleport he went for.
You've received a new quest card.
Yeah, we're doing all right though. Doing all right.
Jack has to.
If we could actually roll. Yeah, congratulations on the monetization, Owen. You deserve it, man. You make some great videos. I wish I could make videos, but... Actually, I've just remembered I've got a video to edit for tomorrow. It's only a little one. It's only about 3 minutes long. I've got the voiceover all done and a bit of B-roll. It's not a fantastically long video, but it'll be entertaining nonetheless. Hopefully. It's just more just to help people run GTA on their older, bad system.
Jack is at the Greatwood Lake focus site.
There we go. Maze was not happy there. He really just, you know... Are you new to YouTube? Yes, I'm new to YouTube. Never made a YouTube video in my life. Not very good at them. There we go. That bit's there, right there. Jeez. That video will get a lot of views. It's, maybe. It's more just to help people. It's only 3 minutes long, so we'll see. I mean, it does just show you how to run the game in 240p with no shadows, which is, the settings I've ran in some of my videos before. Because... That went alright. I wonder. There we go. Right, we've got another focus site to do.
Jack has made it to the Gibbet Hill focus site.
Gibbet Hill.
Must be stopped.
It's much easier to get through all this with a controller that goes the right way. I will say, that is one thing I will say about this controller. It is much nicer to use than the other one. This is also the part of the stream where I'm really quiet because I'm concentrating a load. Back in the day when people wanted you to collab with Low Spec Gamer. The problem is there was, like... Low Spec Gamer made some great videos, but I don't think I've ever been in a position to do a collab with a larger channel, just because for him it's like a job. Like, this is business, isn't it? You know, I wouldn't want to put that at risk with, you know, the fact that I make some videos on tech and... Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I think he's a great channel. I probably watched a few of his configs before I even started a channel without even realizing who he was. Do you know what I mean? Right, this is going to be the part where I'm going to be really, really quiet.
Jack's done it. He's activated them all. You must get to the Chamber of Fate in the guild.
Got to get to the Chamber of Fate in the guild. Ah.
You've received a new quest card.
There we go. Okay, I'm going to be really quiet here. I'm not going to be really quiet, but I am going to be concentrating. Right, we've got that readied up. Did I receive a new quest card? I don't know, Owen. I don't know what a quest card is. I don't know who this guy is and why he keeps talking to me.
Your health is low. Do you have any potions?
Ah!
Your health is critical.
There we go. Focus. The Guildmaster keeps calling me on Discord. I'm not meant to be reading this. I'm meant to be working. Ah! Come on.
Your health is critical. Your health is
I don't know if that's a new personal best. I don't know if that... I'm scared to see if it moves me down a spot on the leaderboard. I'm going to check. I'm checking. I'm checking. Lads, that's 2 positions down. That was a really good run. That was a really good run. That's 2 positions down. That is 5th place. 5th place. Oh, yes. We did it. 1 hour, 35 minutes, 40 seconds, entire game. Ah. Oh, thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, everyone. I do really appreciate it. That's 5th place. Posted a normal chat. Thank you. I'm just accidentally resizing my live split. Oh, that was a good run. That's going up on the 2nd channel. You sure do know how to play a computer game. I know. I played the computer game so well there. I'll show you guys what controller I was using. I'll get a few photos for you. I've actually spilled a bit of tea. I think that's water on my keyboard. I'll get you some photos of my controller I was working with. I've repaired. Save. Stream stuff, Fable. Controller 2. I just got to save the files so I can bring them up for you. Right, if I go to add image, it's just loading. I can hear my hard drives whirring up after the PC's been inactive for so long. That was a really good stream. Thank you everyone for sticking around. I hope that was entertaining to watch. Definitely a few areas to fix. My arena's terrible. But yeah, here... Oh, that is too big. That is my controller I've been using. I've repaired it last night specifically for this. Or more just because my other one is completely dead. Here's a view of the back for you. That's what I've done. I've shortened the cable in down there. So that's all connected up inside and works perfectly. So it's just that lump coming out the back. All sealed up perfectly and all working really nice. And that's us done. My old personal best was 151. However, I had a 143 on... that hasn't been verified. So, apologies to whatever moderator has to watch 3 of these streams. But you're going to have to do it. I'm sorry. Right. I reckon that's a good place to round it off. I'm going to leave this running so I can upload the rest of it. But, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much.